backside.
So they seem to be attacking that area.
Here's Esiason off the play fake. Reggie Lambert with the diving grab.
There's a story in each box score. This channel is about those stories. This is Daily Random NFL. Daily Random NFL. September 13th, 1992. The 0-1 Los Angeles Raiders visited the 1-0 Cincinnati Bengals at Riverfront Stadium. There were 54,240 in the house. It was 63 degrees Fahrenheit. The Raiders were favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 37, or a predicted final score somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-17. Los Angeles led the all-time series by a substantial 16-5 margin. David Shula was in his second game as head coach for the Bengals. He had started his coaching tenure with a 21-3 win over the Seattle Seahawks the previous week. The Bengals were still dealing with the fallout of a lawsuit filed against them, naming 20 current and former players in connection with an alleged rape. Art Shell was coaching the Raiders for his fourth season, with a 28-17 regular season record and a 1-2 postseason mark. Prior to serving as their coach, he had a 15-season Hall of Fame playing career with the Raiders as an offensive tackle. The Raiders entered the game on a 5-game losing streak, including the end of the previous season and the first game of the 1992 season, a 17-13 loss to the Denver Broncos. Leading up to this game, there was speculation that Jay Schrader, a starting quarterback in his 8th season, could be replaced by Todd Marinovich at quarterback. But Schrader did make the start. In 80 career starts, he had a 72.6 rating, over 16,000 yards, and 94 touchdowns with 90 interceptions. Left-hander Boomer Esiason, in his 9th season with Cincinnati, had an 83.8 lifetime rating as a quarterback over his 108 career starts. Esiason had over 24,000 yards, with 163 touchdowns to 115 interceptions. There were 5 future Hall of Famers in the game aside from Shell, playing for the Raiders. Running backs Marcus Allen and Eric Dickerson, return specialist Tim Brown, defensive lineman Howie Long, and safety Ronnie Lott. The Bengals were represented by Anthony Munoz. Sam Grady remains the most recent NFL player to win multiple Olympic medals. He helped the USA to win a gold in the 4x100 relay and took home a silver in the 100 meter in the 1984 Summer Games. I got the original broadcast for our Raider Robs channel. If you'd like the full game, with commercials and everything, go here instead. Or stay here, or do both. How much time do you have? If you're staying, enjoy.
Are back to receive Jeff Jager with the kickoff, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Well, extracurricular action off the special team units getting together. Now look at that offensive line, and Kirk Sprafford, a 3-year man out of Montana, is starting instead of the scheduled right guard, John Nylander. Nylander out with a viral infection. Boomer Esiason, the quarterback, the running backs, Eric Ball and Harold Green, and the receivers, Tim McGee, Reggie Rembert, and the tight end Rodney Holman. When they go to the spread, the extra receivers, Brian Brennan, the one-time Cleveland Brown, and the rookie from Tennessee, Carl Pickens. And they open up with the 3 tight end alignment. Esiason throwing on first down, goes to the tight end Rodney Holman, and 5. And it's Esiason. And there is the front 7 for the Los Angeles Raiders. And the secondary, McDaniel, Washington, Lott, and Anderson. Ronnie Lott in his second year with the Raiders after coming over from San Francisco on Plan B, and he has emerged as the leader of the Raider defensive unit. He is Harold Green. And Esiason trying to connect with Tim McGee, who took the hit from the left corner, Terry McDaniel. Tied for the AFC lead and made the Pro Bowl as a kick return man. Brown up across the 40-yard line. Leads the offense out of the field. Wilkerson, Wisniewski, Mosbar, Montoya, and Wright are up front. A very solid offensive line. Eric Dickerson and Steve Smith are the running backs. And the Raiders with a host of speedy receivers. Galt, Fernandez, and Horton will start up. Marcus Allen and Tim Brown come in when Marshall goes to the Bear alignment. As a first down at the 41, the Jungle is back in business. Penalty markers down, and Schrader able to complete to Willie Galt. No, it's jarred loose.
Illegal motion on the offense. They were not set. Penalties declined. Second down.
Cincinnati's front seven: Rogers, Crumbride, Mitts up front. The linebackers Francis, Bentley, Walker, and Stubbs. And in the secondary, Jones, Thomas, Bussey, and Vincent. David Fulcher out of action with viral meningitis. He'll miss the first 4 games of the season. Second down and 10 from the 41. Dickerson is stopped for a loss. Alonzo Mitts is reacting. As I mentioned, the Jungle at Riverfront is back in business. The screen goes incomplete.
Right now, they've got Carl Pickens and Milt Stegall. They're trying to compensate for this directional punting.
And it's taken by Pickens. So the rookie from Tennessee was handcuffed. Elvis Patterson.
And so we started calling him the Toast.
First down from the 15. Esiason with the tie. And he goes incomplete, intended for Reggie Rembert.
Well, he was the toast of the town one day down in Philadelphia when he intercepted a pass in 1985.
His first quarter. Boomer off the roll. Intended for Reggie Rembert.
Tight ends. They train their tight ends to split out sometime. It's kind of a unique offense with interchangeable parts.
Good punt by Johnson, and at the last instant, Tim Brown called fair catch. That's a 52-yard punt.
But if things don't go well, I think you're going to see Marinovich.
Eric Dickerson. And he was stopped by the nose tackle, Tim Crumbride, side linebacker. Second down 7. Raiders from their 28. Schrader goes up top. The pass intended for Willie Galt. Down and 7. And the Raiders have a first down. Marcus Allen hooking up with Jay Schrader. Oh, some beautiful moves by Allen, getting inside the 35. Barty Bussey made the stop. Off an injury-hit season. First down at the 37. Schrader getting the time again. Is a man wide open. Touchdown, Tim Brown. Tim Brown beating the left corner, Rod Jones, on a 37-yard pass play.
And Schrader's 1 for 2 so far.
Jeff Jaeger puts it through.
They've already thrown 2. You're not going to have that higher rate of completion when you throw the ball down the field 30 or 40 yards.
On the return by Eric Ball, spinning to the 10. Good coverage by the Raiders, led by Dave Waymer, the 13-year man out of Notre Dame.
I don't know about that.
It's a first down from the 10. Harold Green gets the call. Ricky Ellison, the middle linebacker. It has been 3 and out their previous 2 series. Again, it's Green. And he's short of the first down. Punched out by the left outside linebacker Aaron Wallace with help from Ricky Ellison.
Assignment on the part of Cincinnati defense.
Off the 3rd and 2. Cincinnati picks up its first down. Harold Green taking that pass.
And then screen in behind him.
Esiason off the play fake. Raiders did not buy it, though. The pass went behind the tight end, Jim Riggs. Esiason going deep down the field, and it is broken up, intended for Tim McGee. Down and 10. And Esiason stepping up, able to complete, has a first down with McGee.
Letting them make the call.
And goes to the draw play. Eric Fenner, who checked in.
We used it back in '85 a little bit. Not as well as a lot of the teams that are using it right now, but that Jim Anderson, the running back coach, there you see him. There's 3 tight ends. You watch him during the course of the game.
Harold Green last week in Seattle ran for 123 yards. Harold Green is now the featured back for Cincinnati. And once again, Derek Fetter for the first down. Tripped up by Eddie Anderson.
2 tight ends in there and 2 wide receivers and 1 back. And the Raiders have to make the adjustment.
And Derek Fetter running well, able to collect another first down. Winston Moss, Eddie Anderson on the stop.
Properly, one guy gets it, the other guy doesn't get it.
Fetter for a short pickup.
I catch him with too many guys on the field.
Second down and 9. And Esiason throws the middle and completes at the 20 to the tight end Riggs, stopped by Ricky Ellison.
A game where a ball tipped for an interception.
It's a 3rd and 3. Harold Green for the touchdown.
Changing the backs to keep fresh backs in on that drive.
Jeff Rate's line drives it home. It led to the departure of White. Strong kick by Johnson. So they bring it out to the 20-yard line. Well, 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Schrader again getting the time. Nearly picked off on the deflection.
Gets the intercept.
Brown flank to the left side. And again, Schrader goes to the middle. This time completes to Steve Smith. And a first down picked up by Smith. State's 1986 National Championship team. Dickerson lost his balance and it cost. Stopped at the line. It's beginning to click, things such as who is blocking who. And Dickerson with a very short advance. Raiders operating from their 40-yard line. And Schrader is hauled down. So the Bengals, who had 6 sacks last week, come up with their first of the day.
Constant pressure by the Bengal defense.
Second punt of the day for Gossett, as earlier went for 50 yards. And the fair catch called by Carl Pickens. This for 48, 19-yard line. Final seconds of the first quarter. Swing pass for Green with a flag thrown, and he is rocked as he crossed the 20-yard line.
Holding, number 64 of the offense. We'll mark off the yardage. That's the end of the first quarter. Timeout.
Quarter gets underway. And it's Harold Green. Try to make the turn. And he was cut off by the free safety, Eddie Anderson, along with the outside linebacker, Aaron Wallace. Off a subpar season through 16 interceptions. Ranked only 11th among AFC quarterbacks. 78 yards rushing. Raiders with only 1 yard on the ground. Eric Ball is stopped. And that gets a reaction from the crowd as the Cincinnati punting unit will come on. Walloping the Bengals 38-14.
Well, the Raiders using a twin safety setup also. I think in an effort to catch any errant kicks. It's a left-footed kicker.
The team's effort. That a low point in the 3-13 season. Here's Dickerson coming back. Stopped by Kevin Walker. Indianapolis says he just does not watch sports, just not a fan. That includes football. Steve Smith on the reception, short of the first down. In the second quarter. And it's an end around for Tim Brown. It is right at the marker.
They get across midfield here.
Brown was flanked to the left. Schrader goes the other way for the quick strike that is broken up. James Francis on the coverage of David Jones, sent deep
Well, you could almost smell that coming after they got the first down. You know, I had a sense he might try it, knowing the Raider history.
Situation. We'll get to that right after this play. As Schrader has a 2nd down and 10, and again goes deep. Touchdown! Sam Grady beating the left corner, Rod Jones.
That was just outright speed there. Sam Grady, the fastest man on the Raider team.
Gold medal winner in the 400-meter relay in the 1984 Olympics, and the winner of a silver in the 100-meter dash, 37-yard pass play.
People that are calling for Todd Marinovich, he's off to a pretty good start today.
The return by Milton Stiegel.
And it could have been 2 backs, it could have been all sorts of different combinations, and it makes it difficult for the defense to match up. Sometimes you're risking communication. Now, the Bengals didn't change personnel at all. They left the same people in there as they had in there on the first down.
Cincinnati 3rd down and 3 from the 32-yard line. Esiason can't find anyone, then dumps it off and has a first down. Carl Pickens.
Situation.
First down from midfield. Harold Green with a short pickup. The strong safety Ronnie Lott made the stop.
Here, you might look for something like the Raiders pulled a minute ago.
And he goes to the middle on the 2nd and 6. That is short of a first down. Rodney Holman with the catch. It's a first down at the 40-yard line. And Derek Fenner, who has run well, was stopped by Willie Broughton. Cincinnati at the Raider 35-yard line. Good hole for Derek Fenner, and he has a first down.
In the series.
87 Riggs in motion. Esiason off the play fake. Intended for the tight end, Jim Riggs, 7. Halfway through the 2nd quarter. Draw play for Fenner. And again, it's Willie Broughton on the stop.
Even here, he's up in Illinois holding out.
3rd down and 8. Esiason on target with Tim McGee for a Cincinnati first down. Wallace and Lott combine to make the stop.
Raiders here.
And the Bengals first down just outside the 10-yard line. The handoff to Derek Fenner, and he's stacked up. Turnover.
Well, Raiders dominated the game completely, but that team doesn't always win.
And it's Derek Fenner on the touchdown. Johnson will put it down. 12 in the first half. Marv Albert, Bill Parcells from Riverfront in Cincinnati. A line drive kick handled by Sam Grady. Getting across the 25-yard line. And it's Nick Bell getting the call. Nick Bell at 6'2", 250 pounds, a 2nd-round draft pick out of Iowa last season. A very big running back with exceptional speed and quickness. It is a 2nd and 5 from the 32. And Schrader able to complete, just did get it off. Ethan Horton battling for the marker, stopped by Kevin Walker, #1 draft pick of Kansas City, and drafted as a running back. Schrader able to complete for the first down and some more to Tim Brown. We're at 51 yards, 2 touchdowns for Schrader. And completes again to Steve Smith. So Smith out of the backfield, reaching out to the 41-yard line. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the first half, and Smith has a first down.
An audible.
First down play, penalty marker thrown. Nick Bell, the ball carrier. Schrader has been on fire.
Offside. Defense. Left tackle. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Part of your motivational talk to your ball club. Ears up like a German shepherd. Well, James Francis had his ears up. Best deep arms in the NFL, but has not been able to shake off the inconsistency. 3rd down and 6 at the 35. And Schrader does air it out. pass intended for Tim Brown. A 52-yard attempt. No good. Taking over at the 35-yard line. And Esiason able to complete out of the 40 to the one-time Cleveland Brown, Brian Brennan.
Plenty of time with 2 timeouts.
And the draw play for Harold Green. Green for a first down. He ripped off 15 yards. Eddie Anderson made the tackle. First down at the Raider 45. And Esiason completes again. Carl Pickens.
Illegal formation. Cincinnati. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
15 with 22 seconds left in the half. Esiason going sideline. And that is only a short pickup. Pickens again on the reception. 2nd and 7 from the 42. And Esiason tried to connect with Pickens. 10 seconds remaining. Esiason sidearming for McGee. Johnson will attempt from 59 yards away, and it is blocked. So a wild conclusion. Penalty markers thrown. A wild finish to end this first half.
Have an illegal bat. Number 56. An illegal bat on the Raiders. The penalty is accepted. The half is over.
Hit that bomb every chance you get.
The kickoff by Lee Johnson carries to the end zone. Sam Grady lost his footing, which, however, Schrader has had an excellent first half. Here's Dickerson, who has struggled. Stopped by Tim Crumry to it. Schrader with the time. Oh, nice catch. Willie Galt with a leaping catch in front of Eric Thomas, 37. Dickerson. Dickerson had a rocky time and
held back his whole career, and
there could be some confusion off the snap. Schrader had a run, couldn't find anyone, and has a first down. 3 minutes gone by in the third. And Schrader had a wide open Ethan Horton. Bussey and Williams with the tackle, but it's a 30-yard pass play for Horton. Steve Smith stopped back behind the line, the wing to the left. Schrader completes. Beautiful spin move. The ball was jarred free. There was also a penalty marker down. The Bengals say they've recovered.
the Raiders.
Number 76 for the offense.
Out of Southern Methodist. Raiders with 5 turnovers last week. Harold Green on the slant to the left.
Holding offense. Number 65. Penalized for the 10. Still first down.
That's because he was so tired. And once again, it is Harold Green. 9:45 remaining. Third quarter. Esiason getting it out to McGee. Reaches to the marker. Lionel Washington up from right corner. That's led the NFL with 8 interceptions last season. Esiason. Penalty marker is down.
Pass interference. Number 51 on the defense. First down.
First down at the 40. Off the delay. Esiason brought down from behind across the 45-yard line. Taken down at 4 at the 46-yard line. Eric Fenner has been a major factor here today. That time was stopped. It's usually Howie Longside. Eric Fenner running to the Raiders' left side. Howie long side.
So they seem to be attacking that area.
All right, here's Esiason off the play fake. Reggie Lambert with the diving grab.
Taking into the line, and there's an example of Boomer converting on one.
Here's Fenner. Cincinnati getting to the line in a hurry. Cincinnati 2nd and 4. Out of the 15. Here's Fenner. And he is stopped getting inside the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 3. 9th play of the drive. And Fenner trying to turn the corner.
And I think he's going for it, though.
Yes, he does with Fenner. And Cincinnati has a 1st down. In the 3rd quarter, Riggs in motion. Next to Green. Battles his way. Stopped by Ricky Ellison. It is a 2nd and goal. Green breaking a tackle. Fighting his way near the goal line. About a half yard from the 2. And let's see, what is the call? Cincinnati saying touchdown for Derek Fenner. No indication from the official. Still no indication as to where the ball will be spotted. So Fenner was just short. Now the Bengals are in for the score. Eric Ball bringing it home. Jim Breach with the extra point attempt. Well, it was an adventure. Riverfront, they've taken a 21-14 lead on the Los Angeles Raiders. Dan Land on the kickoff return. Good coverage. Raiders from their 23, trailing by a touchdown. And Schrader's pass was completed. Eric Dickerson made the catch, covered by Ricardo McDonald. Now they may be waving it off to the left side. And Schrader able to complete. Andrew Glover, backup tight ends. Schrader in trouble and hauled out back at the 25. Cincinnati with its 2nd sack of the day. Schrader completes to Galt. It's the 2nd back coming through. Eric Dickerson reaching to midfield. James Francis.
Kind of have those quarterback controversies.
On the 2nd and 4.
A lot of people judging on those 2 games.
3rd down and 4. And Schrader able to complete. It's a 1st down.
McDonald, one-on-one situation. That's too much experience against a rookie. Allen is going to get the separation there.
And Schrader goes incomplete. Pass intended.
Holding. Offense. Number 68. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Tight ends, Horton and Jones. Dickerson. Out to midfield. McDonald made the stop. And that wraps up the 3rd quarter at the Cincinnati 31 as we get underway in the 4th quarter. Schrader again going up top, but incomplete.
Someone else's. They always want to look at those guys that were number 1.
Schrader able to complete over the middle to Tim Brown. That's short of the 1st down. And Schrader with the completion to Grady. Grady was wide open. Allen peeling off. Schrader with the long look. And it's just a stealing pickoff by the rookie defender, Darrell Williams. And at the 15. The screen developing, but it was rejected by Daniel Stubbs. Schrader completes, but short of the 1st down. The hit by Eric Thomas, and the ball recovered by Cincinnati. Barney Bussey coming up. Jaeger missed earlier from 52, and once again, this fake that does not work. And he takes over at the 15-yard line. Trying to turn the corner. At the 17, Riggs in motion. There's Green off the screen. Out to the 20, an advance of 3. Golick and Ellison combined.
Notch right here.
Third down and 3. Completion to the tight end. Rodney Holman, 2 touchdowns. Here's Green. First down play and a short pickup for Green. Anthony Bell. Yes, right. Second down and 7. Eric Fenner. And he is stopped.
Forward here, and that 10-point lead might be a little too much if he can do it.
He floated one, intended for Reggie Rembert. And it's a good one by Johnson. Brown working his way to the 25. Kevin Walker, and it's a short list from what I'm told. First down at the 25. Eric Dickerson getting out to the 30-yard line, stopped by Tim Brumrye.
Truly one of the greatest safeties to ever play this game, in my estimation.
Second down and 5. The pass thrown behind Steve Smith, and let's see how they rule it. Picked up by James Francis. Once again with a big defensive play. No, they say it was deflected and then picked off by Francis.
To put the icing on the cake. Conservative offense here for Cincinnati.
And Harold Green gets the call on first down. Cincinnati taking over at the 38. Remaining fourth quarter. Short set by Esiason, and it's batted down. As we breach with 2 attempts from 47 and
5-yard penalty.
48, missed both. Now in midfield, Tim Brown is back deep. And it carries in, so they bring it out to the 20, but there are flags thrown.
Holding 56 of the receiving team. After the kick, after distance to the 20, first down Raiders.
Steve Smith, Marcus Allen in the backfield, and Schrader completes to Smith, who is pushed out at the 16.
I think he hasn't been with the Raiders too long. Marcus in there.
Second down and 4, and it's Smith on the reception for a first down, met by Kevin Walker
Today, and that's a big part of the Raider game plan.
5th catch of the day for Smith. Now Schrader to the other side for Allen. Last week. Second down and 5. And it's another completion. This time the tight end Ethan Horton made the catch.
He can be a little more reckless.
And he throws on first down. Good catch by Horton, his 5th reception of the day to rev up the Cincinnati defense. First down at the Cincinnati 32. Schrader fires deep. Willie Gault drawing the double coverage. Second and 10 from the 32. And Schrader is taken down. Tripped up by Brumrye. 3 this afternoon. It's a 3rd and 15. And Schrader able to complete and has a first down, combining with Tim Brown. Gault in motion. Marcus Allen accelerating inside the 10. And it's Allen has a first down. It'll be first and goal. Eric Thomas saved the touchdown. First and goal. Marcus Allen just walked it in. The Raiders are now within 1.
Situation they've been in. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to manage the clock and manage this situation.
Eric Balch try to field it, but it got by, so they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. And like the measles. Esiason starting out at his 20-yard line, goes sideline for the possession receiver, Brian Brennan.
Plenty of timeouts.
Picked up 6, second down and 4. Here's Harold Green, and he's driven short of the first down. Bengals driving for the first down. Penalty marker is thrown.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Short of the first down. Reggie Rembert hit with 12 last week in Seattle. And a shank by Johnson. Got the hop though. Here's Brown. Good coverage by the Bengals. Brown returning across the 40. It's a 38-yard punt. 66 yards. Marcus Allen running wide. And a flag is thrown at Marcus Allen running very well.
Holding. Number 68 of the offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Now at right guard for the injured Max Montoya. Some fancy moves by Allen.
I'm not certain that's what they'll do, but
Well, he's able to complete to Brown. Out to midfield. And it's Steve Smith collecting the first down. Clock is running down to 15 seconds.
he's going to spike it right here. There it is.
Remaining. And Schrader to put it up. Willie Gault, the intended receiver. And here it is. It is short and wide, and we go to overtime.
Heads is the call. There's a head. Raiders have won the toss and will receive.
A kickoff by Johnson. And we're into the 15-minute sudden death overtime, tied at 21. Here's Dan Lamb on the return. And he fumbled. Recovered by Cincinnati. Antoine Bennett. This is Derek Fenner. Moving to the 17. Is the holder. It is good. And the 33-year-old head coach David Shula is now 2-0. The Bengals defeating the Raiders in overtime, 24-21.
Everything perfect on this one. Raiders trying to make the best attempt they can to block it, but reached right down the middle.
Schrader had a strong performance against the Bengals, throwing for 380 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was 25 for 40 with 1 interception and a rating of 100.0. Brown pulled down 6 passes for 104 yards and a touchdown, while Ethan Horton caught 5 for 88. Allen gained 71 all-purpose yards on 7 touches, including a rushing touchdown. Raiders right guard Max Montoya suffered a knee injury in the game and was expected to be sidelined for 4 to 6 weeks. Esiason threw for 154 yards on 16 of 27 accuracy, with 1 touchdown and an 87.5 rating. He spread the ball amongst 8 different receivers, but none of them gained more than Tim McGee's 43 yards on 4 catches. Harold Green led the rushing game with 97 yards and a score of 19 carries, while Derek Fenner played Sundance Kid to Green's Butch Cassidy with 70 yards on 17. Cincinnati couldn't know it at the time, but this was the high point of their season. They went on to win only 3 more games, finishing at 5-11, last in the AFC Central. The Raiders split the rest of their games, winning 7 and losing 9 to close at 7-9, 4th in the 5-team AFC West division. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.